An expert doing their job well is an insanely satisfying thing to watch. And lucky for you, I've scoured the web to find the best of the best clips of pros doing their thing. With ultra-slick steam cleaners, crafty concrete connoisseurs, and pro production lines, it'll be a hard-fought battle for Employee of the Month as we explore some satisfying videos of workers doing their jobs perfectly. When you picture an artist, you may imagine a beret, a mustache, and the smell of cigarettes. However, TikTok user T. Parker is an artist who paints his masterpieces while donning a hard hat and a high-visibility work suit. In the words of my teenage brother, T. Parker is straight bussin', as he marks a new bus stop with an incredibly steady hand. The way that Vincent Van Rode lays down the paint is impressive, however removing paint can be equally satisfying. Damn, son. Axel Wade is a professional stripper, a paint stripper I should clarify. He removes paint using a process called media blasting. This involves firing a gritty material like sand, crushed glass, or walnut shells out of a pressurized hose to blast paint from a surface. The process allows Axel to give doors and ceilings a clean wooden finish, but he isn't the only worker who uses a hose at work. If anyone can appreciate a glow-up, it's me. And the way that the team at Maintenance Scotland used a power washer to beautify that gas meter was pretty impressive. Some professional-grade power washers can fire water at 450 miles per hour, so they make light work of grimy buildup. And they can be used to clean larger surfaces too. As this power washer cleans these filthy stairs, I can't stop staring. The power washer lets the worker blast the stairs from long range, but some cleaners like to get a bit more hands-on. If power washers are the snipers of the cleaning world, then TikTok the king of showcase is like a sword-wielding knight using his squeegee to clean a window with one long stroke. Sir Clean-A-Lot cuts through suds with ease, and this next worker is also able to scrape dirt away. This cleaning company from China are true steam cleaner masters. The device fires superheated steam from a nozzle, instantly destroying the dirt on the rug and this teddy bear. We'll leave that bear to enjoy its relaxing sauna treatment as we head back to a rugged construction site. Laying bricks can be a long process, so Clayton Silva decided to speed his job up by creating a brick pattern using smooth concrete and a metal stencil. This technique saves Clayton's customers time and money, and this next brick worker likes to cut corners too. Instead of building walls brick by brick, Adam Zurich constructs them out of smooth concrete before carving out a cobbled brick pattern by hand, which later hardens into place as the concrete dries. Clayton and Adam's construction methods are impressive, but genuine bricklaying can be just as satisfying. This classic bricklaying technique can be used to build everything from diagonal walls to lattice walls, where bricks are placed with gaps in between them. However, the types of brick used can get pretty unusual. These alien-looking slabs are thermoclay blocks, which are better insulated than regular bricks and interlock super efficiently, making construction rapid. All that's left is to top them off with a roof. Nailed it. Isaiah Roofing is a sharpshooter with a nail gun, but other styles of roofing require different tools. This worker from UVS Callias made cutting that metal gutter look as smooth as butter. And there's more smoothness to be enjoyed with some interior construction. Laying drywall can be a surprisingly satisfying process, and once it's fitted, it needs to be decorated. This decorator can turn your bedroom wall into a masterpiece as he creates a geometric pattern with a simple pot of paint and a rectangular scraper. All that construction work has made me pretty hungry, so let's grab a bite to eat. This fruit ninja is Miss Aisha, a fruit counter samurai who can slice and dice watermelons with great precision. Now how about some ice cream to pair with that fruit? We all scream for ice cream, and Brazilian company Eskimo Sorvetes made the internet scream with satisfaction as they showed us how they package ice cream in their factories. I'd give anything to have an ice cream faucet in my kitchen, but for the sake of my waistline, I should probably stick to water.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
This waiter doesn't make you wait for refills, filling 2 drinks at the same time, then, once you're fully hydrated, he'll return to take your order. I think I'll have the eggs. They say you can make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, but this father-son duo from Tops American Grill took it to the next level by cracking 1,040 eggs in under 7 minutes. These super chefs aren't the only excellent workers out there, though. This pottery by Adam Johnson looks like pure magic, but this potter isn't called Harry, and there's a rational explanation for the Hocus Pocus process. Before dipping the egg, Adam painted the swirling pattern onto the shell using wax. This stops the main color glaze sticking to the waxed areas, making the pattern appear as if by magic. Pretty cool, but our pottery party's just getting started. Check it out. This ceramic painter's rapidly rotating pottery wheel allows them to mass-produce hand-painted pottery in a factory, but they aren't the fastest factory workers out there. As the worker discards empty spools of thread from a giant industrial loom at a fabric factory, his touch is as smooth as velvet. But impressive as that is, I've got a feeling the factory worker up next could do the job with one hand behind his back. This guy managed to speed up his entire production line with one finger. But he isn't the only factory worker with a need for speed. This forklift drifting driver at Costco clearly belongs on a racetrack operating the heavy machine like a go-kart. This next worker is on a roll at work too. Unloading hundreds of plastic pipes from a truck sounds like a big job, but this Douyin user was able to kick back and complete the entire task with 1 foot. His technique is pretty relaxed, but some workers have to put more effort in at work. Sometimes being a perfect worker is a real workout, but honestly, it's probably the quickest way to get those propane tanks into that truck. While I have to worry for his long-term back health, lots of perfect workers put their bodies on the line for their job. For example, this decorator stretched like an Olympic gymnast to paint this wall, and this railroad worker who really puts his back into his work. Power and precision. As Levi Roberts works, he starts with his railroad spike balanced on top of the hammer, and his first swing drops it into the hole in the track. Levi Choo Choo chooses to use the heavy hammer with unbelievable precision, but still other workers use even larger tools with similar accuracy. Tom Gill is an Irish excavator driver who's more accurate with the giant machine than I am with my own hands. I wonder what other delicate jobs he can do with the vehicle. Cook me a meal? Help my grandma cross the street? Deliver a baby? Okay, maybe that's too far, but he can use it to do some gardening. The way Tom lifts turf is impressive, but other forms of gardening are more up close and personal. This gardener from Acres Lawn Care cuts shrubs like butter as he trims this messy hedge into a uniform shape. But he has competition from another bushwhacker. This Australian gardener from Diamond Quality Gardens was able to tame Mother Nature as he turned that wild shrub into a smooth ball. It makes sense that an Australian would know their way around the bush, and now that our hedges are done, it's time to work on our lawn. Oof, that's a real treat for the eyes. This backyard barber from Aldrich Landscape expertly utilizes a strimmer to provide a razor-sharp border. And don't worry, there's more where that came from. This gardener from Oklahoma works for TNT Premier Landscape, and as you can see, his skills are absolute dynamite. Satisfying strimming like that can kick up a lot of grass and debris, but TikToker Landscaping Daily has the perfect tool to clean it all up. This video shows off the TikToker's paddle broom, a motorized rolling tool that can be used to rapidly sweep up any debris on a surface. From paddle brooms to heavy-duty diamond tip power saws, lots of people use specialized tools at work, but you don't always need fancy equipment to do your job. This farmer puts the Fanta in fantastic as he plants crops with a homemade contraption made from 18 soda bottles filled with seeds. He's the best farmer in that particular field, but in his field of work, he has some strong competition. I've heard of whistling while you work, but these Filipino rice planters created a beatboxing backing track so they can plant crops to the same rhythm. The farmhands belong on stage, but they aren't the only agricultural workers who can put on a show. These workers created a fast-paced juggling act to pass pineapples to a storage container, but they're still not the fastest farmhands out there. Good luck trying to catch up with this tomato farm in Mexico, as they harvest hundreds of green tomatoes in under 20 seconds. Once an organic food like this is harvested, it's often sent to be processed in a factory, where you'll often find the satisfying sights are only just getting started. This aloe vera gel will smooth and soothe your skin, but the factory workers who produce it are smooth enough already, and sticky gelatinous aloe vera is always satisfying to work with. Let's move from aloe vera gel to another smooth substance. Concrete is the most used material in the world, and workers can pour it out and smooth it down to build everything from driveways to skyscrapers and grain silos. When the wonder material gets damaged, it's pretty easy to repair with the right tools. Flow Patch is a cement and polymer mortar product from Watco that can be used to repair concrete floors, and all this worker has to do is pour the liquid into the pothole before smoothing it off with a floor scraper. 30 minutes later, the Flow Patch floor will be strong enough to walk on. There are other substances that help construction workers speed up their jobs too. This product might look like whipped cream, but you shouldn't spray it on your dessert. See, this is actually polyurethane foam, which rapidly expands and hardens when sprayed, allowing it to insulate homes and prevent air, moisture, and sound from entering or leaking from the building. As for generating warmth for a home, here's another worker who specializes in bringing the heat through underfloor heating. David Penzit's an expert at fitting underfloor heating systems in record time, and he starts by laying down flexible hot water pipes like a long, warm-blooded snake. Once the plastic python is installed and a floor is built over it, the system will keep any passing toes nice and warm. As pleasant as that sounds, homeowning isn't always calm and cozy. From time to time, a homeowner might find themselves face to face with something like this. If my ceiling grew a giant zit, I'd be pretty concerned. But the Russian company Vipseling work with stretch ceilings that are composed of a thin sheet of plastic suspended above a room's walls. These plastic ceilings are stretchy and waterproof, so if a pipe leaks above them, it will slowly form a giant bubble instead of dripping onto the furniture and appliances below. Vipseling deal with these leaks by using a hose attached to a vacuum to suck up the water puddle before blasting the stretched plastic with a heat gun to shrink it back to its original tension. Genius! This method allowed them to fix this ceiling zit before it popped, but sometimes workers have to repair surfaces after they've cracked. This is the pleasing process of tennis court repair carried out by smoothly spreading acrylic filler over the damaged surface. The repairs are a grand slam and the court's almost ready for a game, as soon as somebody paints some new boundary lines. This is the gradual process of painting a pickleball court, with its white lines built up slowly layer by layer. It's It's kind of zen, isn't it? Either way, once the court's ready, the sport taking place on it will require fast hand-eye coordination, so it's fair to say that this next worker could be a pickleball pro. Adrian Bardan is a Romanian TikToker who works on constructing industrial greenhouses. Once Adrian has completed this metal wire frame with robotic precision, the next step is to cover it in a plastic sheet to create a greenhouse, and a similar technique can be used to create brick buildings. Architecture firm Samit Pador & Associates built this library in India by constructing a wood and rebar frame and building over it with bricks. The building's futuristic design is super impressive, and I have the perfect furniture to decorate it. These futuristic furnishings are made by Jae-Hyo Lee, a Korean sculptor who makes statues and furniture out of logs. This footage from 2012 may be blurry, but Jae-Hyo's chainsaw skills are definitely sharp, and he can cut a pile of logs into a perfectly round sphere or a smooth functional piece of furniture. That wood log sphere is insanely satisfying, but it's not quite perfect. We'll just need to add some white paint, eyes, a mouth, and some stubby limbs. Ha! There we are. Perfect! Just the kind of humble decoration that'll sit perfectly in the entrance hall of the newly constructed Be Amazed mansion. Dinner party, anybody? Well, after all that hard labor, it's quitting time for our perfect workers. Which satisfying piece of work did you find deserving of Employee of the Month? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.